Alright guys, welcome back to MacCustoms. Today I'm working on a fuel pump from RMZ250. The problem with it is this spigot here broke off. People tried to fix it a few times and just keeps spraying gas. So I found this piece out of a junk carburetor I got here. Just heated up the carb and pulled that out. I'm going to cut it off at the line so it's about the same length as the stock piece. And then I'm going to hopefully solder it into this aluminum housing here. Alright guys, I got that fuel pump all apart. We got that piece off. I just knocked this piece out with a punch carefully. Push the plug up through the bottom. I didn't want to melt that when I'm soldering it. We got this. Right here's the hole for the spigot, so I'm going to clean that out with some sandpaper and clean up the end of that brass spigot. I got this all sanded out in the hole there. I got this piece cut down, and I did quite a bit of sanding so that it fits pretty snug into this hole. Now I'm going to be able to give that a little tap and have a nice snug fit. And I'll solder around it just for the seal. Okay guys, I got it all cleaned up, and I got some flux here. I got some 60-40 electrical solder. And I'm just going to be heating that up with this torch. Right there from the bottom side, and see how it goes. All soldered in. Looks like it worked out pretty good to me. Alright guys, I'm just putting this thing back together. And I realized I was going to need a spacer in here. In place of the plastic ear that was in there. When I cut this spigot here off, I made it so that it was the same height as this one was. So the little plate's still going to retain it. And the piece I cut off that here, I was able to use to make my spacer. So I'm just going to put my screws back in and put it back together, see if it works. This thing back together. Doesn't look too rigged up. I ended up heating this up where the line was on this old barb. I'm not sure if that was the factory spigot or a previous fix. But that was all full of plastic steel in the groove and that, so there's no way to get that out, so it's just easier to go with that new spigot. I'm gonna see if it leaks or works. Once I got it on there, it was still hot, so it kind of molded. And I just heated it up with the torch again and pulled it tight with that wire. You can see the rib and the barb there molded into the line, so I think we're in pretty good shape. We'll see you in a few minutes.